hand is killing me lately. I think I need to get another surgery. And I don't want another surgery, but I believe I have another hematoma. I believe it's bigger than the last time.
I just want you to know,
It's been so long.
whatever
Crazy.
you conclude you can or can't do, I do too.
I've been making some adjustments.
Listening to
You're gonna be hearing new stuff come from us, different stuff.
the seeker reaching for
I mean, as different as I can make it.
folded cards too
Different.
hard to be solved. Come across to greener grass, the path is the last changeable option. Although you should stop.
I'm going to embrace my style
Heading's a dangerous route. You may
more
find out
and
you're not who you
leave
show.
the standard style
The ceiling is
behind
where
a little bit.
your truffles are gilded. You just have to dig through the dirt. The hurt is only natural.
Look, a pedo's here. Hi, pedo.
Once you stop the laughing, you'll slowly start to die.
Saw some chick getting arrested today. That sucks. When are you driving today? That makes sense. When are you driving today?
I'm an 11-ton butterfly.
Oh, how are you going? Are these language barrier gaps? Is that what we're experiencing?
Aren't you fumbling with this kind of decision?
If you're
Some
watching,
blinding division.
like, share, and sub. Help out.
Looking for an opinion to
Let's make
guide
this
you.
thing happen.
If you
Go! How's it going, man?
you need to admit you're better.
I was watching Shane Gillis today,
Over the rip with the
and he's fucking hilarious. And he made a joke, but it made me think about it.
I'm obsessed with
I don't think I've ever seen a retarded gay person, or a gay retarded person, whatever you want to say. Have you? Do you know any? I'm serious. Do you know any person that's mentally retarded or has like Down syndrome or anything like that, and they happen to be gay? It's a strange observation. But I've been around lots of them my whole life, and I never remember seeing anything that fits. Oh, look, we have the Pizzagate pedophile here, or at least one of them. People need to understand, man. If any of you can figure out who the Mackenzie is, if you know how to, search people out or whatever it is, the coward always hides their identity. But this is somebody who's flying pizza slices just because they're fucking pedophiles. Like, these people rape children, buy and sell child exploitation materials online. Like, guys, we need to do something about it. It's not just about sitting here. It's not about talking about it. It's not about watching somebody talk about it. We have to start making some changes here. There are people out there who absolutely enjoy hurting people. Right? There are people out there who they're rapists. They just are. Our society has to accept the fact that we live with people who enjoy that. So why don't we put them to use? Right? Why don't we say, if you have that inside you, then sign up. And if somebody else gets caught doing something, violating a child, then we give that person to you. Like, why wouldn't we do that? Trump's gonna put an end to what? Exposing pedophiles? Making the world better? What are you, a pedophile, Mark? Mark, are you a pedophile as well? Because only pedophiles support a pedophile. Oh, look, junkie pedo's here too. We have the junkie pedo. We're getting too many views, I guess. Look at all the people that, at the very least, like, think about it. How many of you regular people make pedophile jokes? How many of you think pedophilia is funny? Any of you? Do any of you think that pedophilia is funny or it's a joke or, you know, like the Survivor guy? He loves to, like this guy was clearly abused by his father, violently, viciously raped by his father, and there's no joke there. You know, this guy, he was, if you pay attention to his presentation, like he thinks that saying somebody was raped by their father is a burn. Oh, you were raped by your father, huh? Like that's the mentality of the people we're dealing with here. So you have to sort of figure this out. Like, you have to think through it. You know, of course they're going to lie to you. They're friars. Friars lie. Well, Biden did nothing for you. Yeah, that's right. Biden did nothing. Boy, the United States sure is better than it's ever been, isn't it? Man, the United States is just in a good space right now. Nothing like all that genocide. Nothing like sending our boys off to die for Israeli bullshit. We know how you America First people love that, don't you?
Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm sorry, but your son...
Oh, I wish I could make your brain hurt by stabbing something in it. You fucking pedophile piece of shit. Why don't you stop hiding who you are and show your real identity, coward? Because you was, and you're a product of your surroundings. Because you was. What a weirdo, right? What a fucking weirdo. And these are all, over and over again, we have these pedophile Trump supporters that are like, you know, they're terrified, guys. They come here acting all big bad, but seriously, it's 8:30 in the morning. Some of these guys are in California. It's 5:30 in the morning. If I didn't matter, why would they spend so much effort and energy and all that shit just trying to get my attention? Let alone debunking something or anything like that. Nothing. It's like it's I don't know how else you can see it. I don't know what else you call it. You know? It's right in front of your face. They're you know, you can't keep expecting that like the system is going to provide you with like a, you know, some sort of paper or you know, oh yeah, it's a bunch of pedophiles. But I say that, but they do, you know, they actually do. Between Act.il and Team Jorge, I don't know how much more pedo-Israeli proof you need to see. I don't know how much I could provide you. It's the exact narrative like that people think about or worry about or like, you know, conspiracy sort of. It's the exact thing is right in front of your face. Another boring stream about absolutely nothing, says the person that watches for hours every day and who thinks we should kill pedophiles and we should overthrow the Jewish control scheme. That's boring, but, you know, I guess they want to see me talk about something else. Not really sure why. Not really sure how that works for you, but hey, you know. Just keep watching, that's all I can say. If you are watching, make sure you like, share, and sub. They are desperately trying to shut this shit down, and, you know, this is the best that they can do. Like, at this point, if you don't think, like, we should overthrow the system that believes raping children should cost you $50, 50 shekels. If the child is 1 day or 3 years and 1 day old, then once they're raped, they belong to the fucking rapist. As long as they pay the family. Like, this is, this is their belief structure. And you can cry about, oh, that's just old school. That's it, but that's not. They are old school. To hide behind something is old and traditional. It's the old way of doing things. Well, everything you guys do is that way. Everything you guys do falls into that category. Thanks, Mr. Gas. You guys have to understand what is actually happening, not what you're being told. Not the bullshit you're told to believe or think or not think. Being bullied into not thinking a certain way because, well, I don't want to be called a name. I don't want to be called anti-Semitic. Well, it's because you don't know what it means. If you knew what anti-Semitism was, if you knew what Semitism was, you'd be proud to be called anti-Semitism. Semitism means policy or predisposition favorable to Jews. Like, it's weird to even say the words out loud because it sounds like a conspiracy. Wait, policy or predisposition favorable to Jews? Policy being rules and regulations, predisposition being so much deeper. Predisposition is if your mom's family all has cancer, no matter how well you live, no matter how much you take care of yourself, you have a predisposition to having cancer. So they're demanding that not only do the rules and regulations give them faith, genetic programming is favorable to them. Look at this shit. I mean, look at the comments. How come nobody's addressing what I'm saying and like getting wrong and being like, you're wrong about this, dude, because blah, blah. How come they don't do that? How come it's just weird crybaby shit? I'm not going to listen to this guy. I don't like the way his hair looks. I don't like his beard. It's just fucking, it's the strangest thing. You have a whole bunch of people essentially, supporting pedophilia, denying that we Goyim should unite and overthrow these pedo fucking friar pieces of shit. Whoa, this person go off the road. What the fuck? Just an abandoned car?
Please save me. My misbehaving is shading my debts. I tried to invest, but my best is at the limit. I'm picking out stems and losing weight.
Let's see. Might be a dead body in there. Oh shit. The way it's Detroit. This is what happens when you call the police in Detroit.
Currently assisting other customers. Please hold for the next available agent. We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are currently assisting other customers. Please hold for the next available agent. We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are currently assisting other customers.
Interesting.
Please hold for the next available agent.
Interesting. Man, imagine how fucked up it is that this is how it works.
We apologize for the wait.
Obviously, call
All of our
911 and
agents
shit.
are currently assisting other customers. Please hold for the next available agent.
I'm trying to report a crime.
We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are
This is
currently
so
assisting
fucking
other
insane.
customers. Please hold for the next available agent.
Too bad I don't have the secure community network to call, right? These piece of shit friars.
We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are
Wow.
currently assisting other customers. Please hold for the next available agent. We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are currently assisting other customers.
It's so strange,
Please
man.
hold
This
for the
is
next
fucking
available
nuts.
agent.
This is the, you know. Imagine if you were like in some sort of peril. I mean, I guess you'd call 911. But if you were just worried about, you
We
know,
apologize for the wait.
you weren't sure,
All of our agents
but,
are currently assisting
you know,
other
you were trying to
customers.
get some help.
Please hold for the next available agent.
And at 8:30 in the morning, man. It's not like it's, you know, it's prime peak time.
We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are currently assisting other customers. Please hold for the next available agent.
I wonder who that is. I wonder if you'd recognize her voice if you met her on the street. Like, hey, I know your voice from somewhere.
We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are currently assisting other customers. Please hold for the next available agent. We apologize for the wait. All of our
This is
agents are
so
currently
interesting,
assisting
man.
other customers.
This is what
Please
happens
hold
when
for
you
the
call
next
Detroit
available
police.
agent.
I went from 24 viewers down to 10 in 20 seconds. Interesting how that works. Oh, if you're reading it, chat, not firing. I don't give a fuck about you dumb friars. None of you say anything that matters. It'd be awesome if you guys would actually say something that matters. If any of you could actually make a reasonable argument or say anything intelligent, like, that'd be awesome. I wish I had a better opposition.
We apologize for the wait.
I wish I had the ability to
Please hold for the
sharpen
next
my
available
sword facing, you know, worthy opposition, but you're all just shit. Your name's David, right? There's already a bit of shit there. But narcissist, I heard somebody else say narcissist, so I use it improperly. Like, it's so stupid. You don't even use it properly.
We apologize.
Where's the narcissistic aspect of things? Which part? Let's see if you can actually, like, engage and elaborate on the nonsense you say. My bet is you can't. But hopefully you prove me wrong.
For the wait. All of our agents are currently assisting other customers. Please hold for.
Fuck that. 5 minutes of hold time. Let's try this one. Let's see if this one.
Thank you for calling the Detroit Police Department 2nd Precinct. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Otherwise, please listen carefully to the following prompt. To file a police or crime report, press 1.
We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are currently assisting other customers.
Different number.
Please hold for the next available agent.
Wow. This is shocking. What is the lure of this stream? You have somebody not afraid to talk about the Jews and call out the Jewish control scheme, pedophile network that rules the world. It's actually quite refreshing, I would assume.
We apologize.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing here.
Thank you for calling the Detroit Police Department 8th Precinct. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Otherwise, please listen carefully to the following prompts. To file a police or crime report, press...
We apologize for the wait. All of our agents are currently...
Why are all the different precincts
Please hold
not
for the
answering
next
their
available
phones?
agent.
This is fucking nuts, man. Oh, man, about Israel. Fuck everything Israel. Trump and Bibi are heroes. Yeah. Heroes to psychopath, pedophile Israelis, I'm assuming. Like that's how stupid you are. That's how bad you are. That you know you're so fucking like lame and stupid and all those things that you can't even make an argument. You have to say stupid shit.
Thank you for calling the Detroit Police Department's 10th Precinct. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Otherwise, please listen carefully to the following prompts. To file a police or crime report...
We apologize for the wait. All of our...
Alright, let's see. We'll try another one. Downtown Detroit. Let's see. This is my last chance. This is my last try. I'm not gonna keep doing this. Second precinct. Let's call the second. I think I already called these guys.
The Detroit Police Department's 2nd Precinct. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Otherwise, please listen carefully to the following prompts. To file a police or crime...
We're sorry.
We apologize for the wait. All of our...
There's the 6th. There's the 8th. Try this one.
Thank you for calling the Detroit Police Department's 4th Precinct.
So 4th.
If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
Absolutely. Go Iran all day long.
To file a police or crime report, press...
We apologize
Abso-fucking-lutely. I hope Iran wipes Israel out ASAP. Like, I'm wondering what they're fucking waiting for. Stop playing nice, Iran. Fire everything you have. Because, you know, the thing is, when it comes to this situation, the reality is no matter what they do, they're going to lose. So they might as well just fire their whole payload and take out as much of the problem as they possibly can. Which, you know, makes the world a better place. Like, the more that Iran can take out miserable, the better the world's going to be. Like, it's not even a question.
The shame that's underground hides the evil that persists to this.
I mean, I want a better life for my children, my children's children, and all that. And bowing down to some chosen pedophile, genocidal, psychopathic cult is not the way to go. And the truth is, again, anybody that's sort of questioning things or thinks I'm out of line or something like that, look at the responses, right? Look at how they don't have anything to say. It's just a bunch of stupid fucking people, man. It's crazy to think that You know, so many people out there can be psychopathic, genocidal, pedophile pieces of shit. But the reality is, just look at any of your pedophile hunter, your favorite pedophile hunter on YouTube or any other platform you know of. Like, how many pedophile hunters do you know of? I can think of like 10 right off the top of my head. And every single one of those guys is successful every day if they want to be. You know, if they have nothing going on and they feel like catching fucking pedos, what's it take, an hour? You know, DAP shows you how they just go to a city, random city, set up their shop, and within an hour they're meeting somebody that needs to die. Like, they need to die. And what you don't understand is, like, the fact that they can catch so many people, that's just the people that are so compelled that they override the common sense that tells them to, you know, not go there. That's just a small portion of the people that get caught. I was watching another Hansen yesterday, and I think the decoy that was used in the video yesterday is one of the best sounding decoys. Her voice sounds like a 15-year-old voice. She talks like a 15-year-old. But the way that they operate, the way that they have to, like, repeatedly get the guy to say what do you want to do? Well, tell me in detail exactly what you want to do to me, so in case they say these things over and over again, and they make it so obvious that, you know, there's a reason why Hansen has never caught, like, the leader of a pedophile ring, or even caught somebody that led to a pedophile ring. Because they make it so obvious that anybody with any sort of common sense, and that isn't just being fueled by compulsion, anybody would see it and go, yeah, this is fake as shit. You know, random person selling drugs online, and you're like, oh, hey, can I come see you? And they're like, yeah, but you got to tell me exactly what you want. Did you want any marijuana or cocaine or heroin? How much of the marijuana, cocaine, or heroin do you want exactly in grams? Make sure you say, I exactly want 3 grams of heroin. Like, it's fucking stupid. So it's clearly a compulsion that is far beyond comprehension for most of us. But I don't think they're going to catch anybody that matters. And I think a lot of these idiots on here, you know, it's the same kind of shit, right? They're trying, you know, they're trying to do their thing, but, you know, these are the same people that, like, who do you think is going to find the guy? Well, I'm not even going to say find it. Who do you think is going to be assigned my profile? Come here day after day. You know, the profile of the guy who thinks we should kill pedos and overthrow the friars. Who do you think's going to have an issue with that? I might be staying outside this here morning. I mean, ask yourself that question. Just easy. Like who is going to, of all the things you could do, of all the feeds you could watch, let alone all the life you could be living outside of online, but all of the different feeds that exist, all the different channels, the YouTubes, the Hulus, the fucking, you name it, like the endless options people have to entertain themselves. And instead of any of those other options, video games, having sex with a person, watching porn, you know, and cleaning their house, inventing something, writing something, making music, making art of any kind, like anything, instead of doing anything else in the world, they come here to try to interfere and beg for attention. because I'm wrong. Right? That makes sense? That's what normal people do? Or now again, I could be wrong, or these are the Israeli pedos terrified of someone like me, especially of me, getting any sort of platform. So they stay here trying to constantly interfere and fuck with it, but at the same time, they leave it going because I'm a good judge. Like I'm a good barometer of things. You know, they can judge where people are in society. They can judge what society is thinking based off of, you know, my feeds. And my feeds are ahead of the pack. You know, I'm not some dumbass who's going to tell you, oh, believe in Jesus. Jesus saves. You know, like every other fucking truther out there. Every other truther. Everyone that's allowed to be famous, right? Every Ian Carroll, every Stu Peters and Nick Fuentes, and you know, every single one of these people. I Am Blakely, even, like I Am Blakely is a clear-cut lesbian. You know, like what are you doing? But it's strange how all of these truthers. It's not like Ian Carroll does the Ian Carroll thing to Christianity and shows you why Christianity is the truth, right? It's not like any of them actually engage the Christianity narrative. Look, I just went from 21 people to 11 people in the blink of an eye. Interesting how that works. If you're watching, like, share, sub, help out. Apparently it works, but it seems like the more likes I get, the less viewers I get, but we'll see, whatever. But like every single one of these truthers, you know, they all seem to stop. Like how is it as somebody who's like you're like, all right, I'm gonna find the truth. I want to know how things work. How is the first thing you debunk not religion? Like I just don't get it. But then how is it when you are doing your thing and your path comes to the bridge to religion? How do you just go, no, I'm not going to look at that right now. I'm going to go focus on damn transgender queers. Like, how do you do that? You know, I don't get it. I would think, like, I when I first started doing this, and my wife kind of says it to me all the time, too, like, you have to explain things to people because, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I've been explaining this shit to my wife for lots of years. And she's sort of just now catching on to the bigger picture. Like she's always been, you know, abreast of the situation and smarter than the average person and all that shit. But like, you know, a lot of times I'm just wrong because I'm the husband kind of thing. You know how marriages are. But like, you know, how do you... I don't understand how do we stop moving forward when you get to the thing that you like? You know, what makes people shut down? What makes you care about something so much that you'll look into it, but then you get to a certain point and you go, oh, wait, this is getting a little close to home, so... Like, I thought, like, if I just tell people, hey, you know, the Jews, part of their thing is to rape their own children. Now we're dropped down to 2. I went from 21 people to 2 people in like 30 seconds. But how many of you people... See, the problem is when I ask for you guys to like, share, and sub, something about that seems to trigger like a reset in the feed. Maybe if I don't ask for it, it won't reset. I don't fucking know. I don't know. There's no way to... I keep trying to figure out ways around. It's fucking censorship. How do you figure out a way around censorship? It's censorship. They throttle my shit. Asking Grok about it. Hey, Grok, I have 2,500 subscribers. Plus, what are the chances that when I go live, I would have 2 people there, 3 people, 5 people there? None, Grok says. None. Unless you're being throttled, there's no chance that works out that way. Oh. Yeah. That's what it is. What's the dumb shit? Go on, enlighten us on which parts are dumb. See what I mean? Like, you can't actually have reasonable debate or conversation with anybody on here because they're cowards. They hide behind stupid shit. Because, you would think a religious person, all the religious people, they would hear what I'm saying and go, oh no, dude, you're wrong. Here, let me tell you why you're wrong. And then they'd explain it and I'd be like, oh shit, okay. But that's never how it works. What's up, Snuggie? Yep, it's dumb. Just dumb. Anybody that thinks we should kill pedophiles and overthrow the Jews is dumb. God, you're so dumb. Gee, I wonder who that is. Who do you think is saying that shit? Oh, look. So again, now think about it this way. So now we have the God Bless Israel guy. We have all this shit. Do you honestly think random fucking piece of shit Jews are just going through YouTube and then they just happen upon my page and they're like, wait, what's this guy talking about? Do. Do you think that's how that works? We aren't talking about a large group of people. 0.183% of the world's population. So don't you think it's really strange that they would be here crying about anything I'm doing? Let me explain it to you. Because most of you probably don't really get it, right? So this is one of the most important stories that exists right now and nobody's talking about it. This is act.il and you can see that it's a completely locked up Wikipedia page. Nobody can, write what they want, whatever. So I'm going to explain why so many of these random profiles with either just made or made 12 years ago and have 3 subscribers or, shit like that. If you ask them why they're here, they won't say so. They'll say something stupid like, because this is entertaining. Like that's supposed to be some sort of knock. Oh, well, out of everything else in the world, you're going to watch me because I entertain. Okay. Especially if me calling you and your cult a pedophile thing, if that's entertaining to you, okay. But they're not going to actually answer why they're here. So I will. Act.il is a social networking service used by supporters of Israel to oppose online anti-Israel content such as the Boycott, Divestments, and Sanctions Movement, BDS. Its activities were referred to as, quote, an online propaganda campaign and, quote, a virtual situation room of pro-Israel experts. Now pay attention, this is the juicy bits. Oh, look. Sound like a lunatic, buddy. Off your meds. Isn't it funny that he brought up meds just before I exposed this? Right? Because this is what they do. Just watch. Act.il directed its users to missions to like, comment on, and share pro-Israel material on social media. It also asked users to flag, report, and respond to criticisms of Israel. Users were guided how to respond, which might entail writing a reply using the provided talking points. If you're in this world even a little bit, you posted something against Israel or something like that, you've ever tried to have a conversation, they've undoubtedly told you take your meds. You're delusional. That's schizophrenic. Take your meds. You're projecting. So much so that they actually made a South Park episode about this. So I don't know how many of you know about the South Park Valentine's Day episode where Cupid is actually a little naked version of Cartman, because naked kids is funny, huh? But this Cupid, they call it Cupid Yee, like stupid Yee, but Cupid Yee, Cupid Kanye. He has on a hat sideways, yeah, leather jacket on. And because Cupid Yee hasn't been taking his medication, he's going around telling everyone that'll listen that Kyle controls Hollywood. Now, if they're, the idea that they control Hollywood is not some old trope. It's the truth. They made a movie in 1998 called Hollywoodism. It's a documentary style movie about how, not exactly how they came to power in Hollywood, but that they controlled Hollywood. They ran it with an iron fist, and they still do. Saying that they control the money, the power, all that shit, Hollywood, that's not a slur. When you look at the slurs that go against people, black people this, Asian people that, you can fill it in. As I say those names, those identifiers, you put the stereotype in your head. Mexicans are Yet you've been tricked into thinking, saying that the friars have all the money and the power and the control, that's just the same as saying black people, blah, blah, blah. That's something to be proud of. 2% of the United States population, 0.183% of the world's population. No, that's some impressive shit for such weak, disgusting, inferior people to have such a high position like that. That's something to be proud of, and yet they tell you as a goyim, you're not allowed to say that. But like I say, Cupid Yee was flying around telling everybody, Kyle controls Hollywood. And the goal of the whole episode is Cartman's trying to catch Cupid Yee so he can force medication down its throat. And eventually, by the end, Cartman catches Cupid Yee, holds him down, takes a little blue oblong pill, kind of looks like an old Loratab, or maybe even a Valium, but forces Cupid Yee to take the medication. Take your meds, Yee! Take your meds! You gotta take your meds! And as soon as Cupid Yee takes the medication, the hat disappears, the jacket disappears, and now it's flying around going, tee-hee, tee-hee, let's spread love and happiness, tee-hee, tee-hee. They literally, they make jokes about this shit. And they catch the jokes. You might be just entertained because South Park is my favorite show. Not realizing they're putting it right in front of you. Take your meds. If you don't take your meds, you might start noticing that Kyle controls Hollywood. You might start thinking that way. You might start saying that. Think about it. And again, look at the comment section. I don't even have to read it to know they're not addressing anything said. Who are all these random profiles refusing to address what's being said but crying about it at the same time? Does it make sense? Jesus Christ. As always in any of these, you are more than welcome to tell me what I'm wrong about. But you won't. You won't. Look at the crybaby here. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to read the most recent comments. Let's see the brilliance that comes my way. Let's see. Hang on a second. All right. Guy, you have a face only a mother could love. Fish sticks suck now. Kanye likes fish sticks. The way he acts, I doubt his mother is in his life at all. Now that's just wrong. Good morning, sunshine. You demand a witness to the sun's rising while standing in the midday heat with your eyes sewn shut. I mean, I get you're trying to be clever with an analogy, but are you saying that the truth behind Judaism and all that is that obvious? No, I don't think so. Especially when you were the one that said Israel. So you're talking about Israel. So what part is so obvious? It's so funny when you talk to the Jews how they're like, because it's in the Bible. Yeah? So? Do you believe in the Bible? I didn't think the Jews were big, King James Bible thumpers. When you did all your Jewish stuff, did you see a bunch of King James Bibles? No? You're saying the Jews weren't King James Bible thumpers. Gosh, that's weird. Here you go. You're Y-O-U-R ranting about South Park. And what are we supposed to... You could at least get yours correct. You could at least try doing that. And now I'm ranting about South Park. Again, can you imagine being so desperate and stupid that you can't even follow what's going on? Right? Like, you can't follow what an analogy is or what an explanation is or anything like that. Like, you cry about evidence. And then every time something's presented, you cry about it. But this is how it works, man. This is how this works. Ask yourself why is this obsession? Look at this obsession. No argument, just obsession. Just obsession. So back to explaining these fucking idiots. Directed its users submissions with the provided talking points. Again, schizophrenic. You're projecting. You have mental issues. Take your meds. All these things that, like, people don't just say these things. Most people don't think of mental health as funny. Most people don't think you just throw out mental health issues at people, and especially when you can't, like, argue or debate with them, so you're backed in a corner, so you're like, nah, you have mental issues. Like, it's really obvious when you do shit like that. The app also provided users with ready-made memes promoting Israel's perspective for them to share. Now, this is where it's really important, right? By completing missions, users earned points, unlocked badges, and had their scores displayed on leaderboards. What do you think badges means? What do you think unlocking or getting points so that you can unlock? Do you think they get little patches that they sew on their little Girl Scout shawl or some shit? Badges are prizes. They've incentivized the people to, when they have free time, get on their phone. They'll be assigned a mission, like to come here. And if they can rack up enough points, they get a new microwave. They get a trip to Israel. They get a new car. I don't know what the fuck their point system is. But I know it exists. I don't know how it works or what all the benefits are. But I know for a fact it exists. See, according to Plus 972, which is another Israeli website propaganda shtick thing, Act.il was the centerpiece of a digital campaign called For IL, or For Israel, announced in 2017 by Gilad Erdan, then the Minister of Strategic Affairs, for the promotion of Israel and the delegitimization of boycott, divestments, and sanctions BDS. The app would assign users missions to challenge social media posts it considered to be critical of Israel or in favor of the BDS movement. These guys are not stumbling across my feed. You know, these clowns are being sent here.
Is this dude saying he's a pedo? This is on one of the posts about the young man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Rest in peace, pizza symbol?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's saying pizza. He's saying pizza face, as the kid is. The bad
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's one of two. He's being a douchebag.
He's just a clever con, and they are teaching us a lesson. Since at our first impression, ye...
This is what these guys do. And it's not, you know... Again, this isn't my fucking doing. I didn't make this up. This is what they do. Act.il was a joint project of the private Israeli university IDC Herzliya and the U.S.-based Israeli American Council. The Maccabee Task Force, one of Sheldon Adelson's foundations, is a major funder of Act.il. The organization behind Act.il is staffed by former intelligence officers and has a collegial relationship with the Israeli intelligence community. It had a close relationship with Israel's Minister of Strategic Affairs, which combats the BDS movement, which it views as a threat. This used to be the last paragraph. It used to stop at, according to Mendoweiss, an email sent in March 2022 to the app's users announced that the app would be shut down, but the users should still continue to interact with Act.il's content on its other social media platforms. It now ends with, the application was relaunched in early 2026, like 3-4 weeks ago, under the name Rise App, with the former Act.il owners partnering with Reichman University for the release and also transferring the former Act.il user base, 40,000 plus, to the new service. So you find me better evidence that Israel is not controlling social media and you know, that's why there's so many clowns in the comment section that apparently support Israel. Who the fuck, what decent human being in their right mind supports Israel at this point? Olga, what do you do? We had to learn to laugh at it. Not sure what you're talking about. Right. It's this whole thing is like right here. I am dude, I have figured out so much shit from Kobe. Like, do you understand that I shouldn't be able to do what I do? That's the truth. If I'm just some crazy conspiracy theorist and everything I do and say is wrong, then I shouldn't be so successful. How many of you think it's just totally normal that the woman that signed Kobe's death certificate doesn't exist? She has no previous thing. She hasn't nothing since. She does not exist. How weird is that? Now, how weird is it that there's literally video from what the news says is seconds after the crash that shows nothing. That shows dry branches sticking up in between supposedly recently crashed parts. Like it's such a fucking fake narrative. And you see that whether it's Kobe, whether it's Tourette syndrome. How many of you guys think Tourette syndrome is just something people have? Nothing to it. Thing about stuff that people just have, and it's just the way it is that documentation of those things goes back forever. When it comes to Tourette's, it's first written about in the 1860s, but not until 1880, where the guy that happens to be the expert on amnesia also happens to be the expert on Tourette syndrome, also happens to be the expert on sleeping sickness. Like, it's just ridiculous. And out of all these things that exist, all these crazy fluoride might have a 3 to 26% chance of preventing cavities in adult teeth. It might, according to the one study that was done, it might have a 3 to 26% chance of working. And we're supposed to believe that the only thing that this synthetic byproduct, toxic waste byproduct of fertilizer production, the only way it affects the human body, if ingested, is to make our teeth stronger. It's fucking toxic. It has to be handled with the utmost care, because a little drop of it will just eat through your pants, through your fucking skin. It's one of those chemical burns that will just keep going and going. And yet that's put into our water. That makes sense. And the thing is, I might not be a fucking, an expert like how Matt Landman is an expert on chemtrails. I might not be that level of expert on it, but I guarantee I know more about it than you don't. You know what I mean? Like, you can't best me in the argument. I tend to know the parts that I feel matter. Not there's always a ton of information about everything. But a lot of it is like fluff. Or it's fringe information, and it's names, or it's dates or whatever that, they don't really matter. But whether it's the pokes, whether it's vaccines, whether it's chemtrails, whether it's any of that stuff, but especially the Jewish stuff, I know more than you do. And every single time I go to look into something, there's an opportunity for me to look like a dumbass. Because I go look up the thing, and it turns out that the official explanation makes all the sense in the world, and I was just being silly. Like, there's always that possibility, but surprisingly, it never happens. It's with all of this, with all of the advantage religion has in the conversation, right? Been around for supposedly thousands of years, and of course it's true, and it's supported by everyone, so you don't get made fun of for saying something, all that kind of shit. You would think with all of that advantage religion has, it wouldn't be so hard to find somebody capable of having a religious conversation. You can't. I can find more people willing to post pizza emojis and fly the pedo-Israeli flag than I can people that are proud enough of their religious beliefs that they can have a reasonable conversation. How crazy is that? Because they're just joking by posting people votes. Derp.
Not for violence and stereotypes. Cancel the Godfather.
8 viewers, 8 likes. That makes sense.
Godfather. Any chosen trash that's like it. Cancel the Godfather unless kids make you
But the thing is, I don't want this.
We should cancel
I don't want it to be this way.
gross.
If I could wake up tomorrow a fucking God-fearing Christian who, believed I just keep my head down and I do what the Jews tell me to do, that when I die, I have a chance to go to heaven, even though I probably won't make it because I broke a bunch of the rules like everybody else did. And that whole thing about saying I'm sorry and it still gets you in heaven, that doesn't exist. But, if I could believe that shit, I would.
Her innocence is clearly seen in that look. Alcatraz is guilty. It actually and yet, imagine how much filming was cut to keep the length in which it works.
What's happening here? We are talking bad about religion, especially the cult known as Judaism, demanding that the Goyim unite and overthrow it, while highly demanding that we kill pedos in the process. What do you think?
It's almost like they're disgustingly proud of the fact they're raising consciousness. Well, they give us that apostleship. They program us through media. It's time we finally pop that shit instead of constantly reading
You're stalking me? Why are you stalking me? I mean, you're stalking me with good arguments, I guess. You're stalking me with ammunition as far as how stupid you guys are. Stocking on up there, buddy. I'm stalking you. Don't you hate stalkers? You've had stalkers in your life, haven't you?
Yeah.
Stalkers, stalkers, stalkers. Watch out for those stalkers, guys.
Cancel the Godfather with these gross. We should cancel the Godfather while we boast that we are done being done.
Even like the supposedly good guy friars, like Gordon Flowers, Alex Rosen. Have you ever heard him condemn the religion he belongs to, the cult he belongs to, for being the pedophile organization it is? Look, I can get Grok to say it. If I can get Grok to say it, if I can get Grok to say that Judaism is a pedophile genocidal cult, that's pretty intense because it's specifically programmed not to say those things. Like you can you can hear it, right? It'll be like, well, based on your criteria, like it starts glitching out. And then suddenly I'll get a connecting icon because the signal got cut before the rest of the paragraph could be written. Oh, man, this one got stuck. Sometimes they get stuck. What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do, brother? It's your goddamn vagina. Look, the dumbass who just said that he was stalking me doubled down and said, God bless Israel. What a stupid ass. Like at this point again, ask somebody if you can find an actual Israeli supporter, especially if they're not a Jew. Ask them why. Why do you support Israel? No, they'll say dumb shit like biblical stuff. Or they'll say, Israel has a right to defend itself. Like, whoever even came up with that phrase? It had to be a friar. Because they're so stupid. Oh, so Does Israel the only one that has a right to defend itself? And if you're the aggressor, how are you defending yourself? And doesn't everybody have a right to defend themselves against Israel? Or just Israel has that right? You could support Israel while not agreeing with Netanyahu. I mean, I guess if you're splitting hairs, but either way, you're a piece of shit. Why would you support Israel to begin with? What is the reason you support Israel? If you're not a fan of pedophilia and genocide, why do you support Israel? Belch. I'd love for somebody to explain it.
Like using plastic when you're soldering, things that you believe in fall apart because
They won't say shit. They can't.
it feels like we're
Look, this is a pedophile cult. People you just don't understand how strong the pedophilia argument is for said cult. From the like you can't be dumb enough to believe that these people live their lives by the fucking scripture. They follow every dumbass commandment and everything. Yet when it comes to certain things, because it's frowned on by the Goyim, they stop doing it.
stop blaming God.
You can't have the circumcision ritual, the Brit Milah ritual. The Brit Milah is the ritual. Matitza is one of 4 parts of the ritual. If you don't do the Matitza, you don't complete the ritual. How many of them do you think, again, they live their lives by it, but then when it comes down to this one ultra sacred, it's as important as any other ritual, and no other ritual is more important. Mitzvah ritual, same thing. But they're not doing it? Like, are you fucking stupid? Of course they're doing it. Look, you have certain people that are mad at me in the comments for talking about this for some fucking reason. Why would you be mad at me for talking about this? Israel citizens that just try living their lives have done nothing wrong. Why do they deserve hate? Because 1, they're living off of genocide. And 2, because they belong to a pedophile cult. You can't just say, well, I know my neighbor's raping children, but I keep my head down and I don't say anything, Like that doesn't work. You don't get absolved of accountability because you kept quiet. No, don't hate, no. Yeah, it's super funny. He thinks it's funny to talk about pedophilia and raping kids. That's hilarious. Funny as fuck. A lot is 2 words. A lot of Jews on YouTube, buddy. You know what they are like. Well, again, if so many of them are on YouTube, why aren't they coming and ironing out these creases? Why aren't they coming through and explaining what's actually being misconstrued and how we're wrong? And I mean, you had the fake rabbi profile that was here for a little bit. He disappeared. But he literally said that raping children is an act of God when they do it. I mean, look at these fucking idiots. Look at the shit they do. Don't be mad at a man that speaks down on the evils of the world. You would think that sort of basic principle would be a thing. But apparently I make a lot of people mad. Not in a way where they like want to actually, engage and explain and debate. More in a way where they just want to cry and watch me every day. Oh, truth, people. He does go crazy with stupidity, but right now he's. Which part's stupid? Again, is it stupid because you don't know it yet? If there's something that I'm saying that's wrong or stupid, then you should be able to easily debunk me. You might be able to say, oh, no, you're wrong about submarines, but you don't have any argument past that. Oh. You demand a witness. Okay, again, you demand a witness to the sun's rising while standing in the midday heat with your eyes soon shut. Soon. So this not computer, not bot profile is now copying, pasting things from earlier, even though it doesn't make any sense. Asking for evidence of something doesn't, like, if there's evidence of it, you shouldn't be like, oh, it's everywhere. You should be able to point it out. Point to the specific evidence. You know, I can see the sun rising, if you will. Right? I can see that. I can experience that. Do I know what it is exactly? No. But does it require me believing in some crazy Jewish fairy tale just to see it? Like, there's a big difference there. Let's see. I mean, Y-O-U-R, sacrificing your day so you can dip in and see the work being done and then go about my day and appreciate your service. What are you talking about? I just don't think everyone in Israel deserves the BS for what the others do. Oh, you don't, do you? Oh, so they just deserve to live good? They just deserve to live off of the suffering and obviously partake in the ritual child abuse. Soul correction happens every 2 weeks in Israel. But you think that there are people that, well, they're just living there. They just moved there to colonize once they were guaranteed their spot. They get their monthly stipend, they get their house paid for, they get their groceries, their health care, there's all of it paid for, but they shouldn't be held accountable. Again, they will fight you. Every single fucking one of them will fight you if you say, Matitza Bopay is pedophilia, it needs to be eliminated. Every single one of them, from Hasidic to secular. They will all say the same stupid shit. Not one of them is out there trying to make a big deal out of the Bottom of Darkness article. If it weren't for me, that shit would have been long forgotten. And like I say, their whole thing actually, it's nothing but evidence. They have 18 fucking kids? How can anybody have 18 kids? Do you not realize, like, the impossibility of that? Like, how would a woman's body be able to give birth 18 times? And in these cases, like, this would have to be 18 times, like, in a row. How? And what happens to all those kids? Gosh, it sure does fit the Talmudic stuff. Again, you want to believe that they follow every other thing, but when it comes to these commandments, they go, well, we're not going to do those anymore. The ones that involve transcendence and redemption and all that shit. If you don't partake in the fucking rape, which I highly doubt, but if you don't partake in it, you know about it, and you keep your fucking mouth shut. And actually, you don't keep your mouth shut, because if somebody says something about it, you attack them. You're not a victim. Like, it's one thing if you say, I was just so abused that I was just quiet, I didn't say anything to anybody ever, and I just You know, I had been abused and my whole thing was shut down. Okay, I get that. But if you then attack somebody that tries to speak out against what happens, you're guilty. I don't agree with them, but they have the right to be there like everyone. Yeah, sure they do. They have the right to exist. And you know what? If they were just existing on their own, that would be one thing. You know, if they weren't completely, bought and paid for by our tax dollars, and then, they're allowed to commit the genocides and everything they do because everyone around them is terrified that if they fight back, the U.S. will come dropping bombs on them. So if they just did it without leeching off of everything else, well, that would be one thing. But that's not how their books tell them to live, now is it? Their whole cult is based on living off the toil of the fucking Gentiles, of the slaves. 2,800 slaves each, not literally, metaphorically. 2,800 goyim living their lives oblivious pays for each one of them to live their free fucking chosen lives. It's like there's a reason why nobody argues with me. I have a whole bunch of fucking enemies, but none of them actually argue with me because I'm not wrong about any of this shit. Oh, yeah. When the evidence is presented, you reject it. Yeah, you don't even try to present evidence. But, isn't that how that works? You present evidence, I reject it, I say something, and then you overcome that, and then I say, well, what about this? And then you overcome that, and eventually I get to the point where I'm like, shit, I guess I've run out of shit to say. Isn't that how it should work? But that's never how it works, is it? No, you think you're supposed to say shit, and I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, random dumbass said the same thing somebody else has said, and even though I have a great response to what they're saying, and I can make them look stupid, I should just not say it because I should just believe them. You show me one piece of evidence that's been even presented to me, let alone some shit that I've rejected. There's no evidence presented. You just cry and cry and cry I mean, you just got points, right? Oh, guys, a 4-month-old baby in Israel is a horrible person. A 4-month-old, so this is a quote, apparently, I'm saying. A 4-month-old baby in Israel is a horrible person. Remember when I said that, sweetheart? Remember when I said a 4-month-old baby in Israel is a horrible person? There's not like countless videos of me saying the solution to the problem, since we can't, outright just eliminate the cult, then we need to start protecting the Jewish children. Prioritizing the Jewish children over everyone else. We need to start protecting the Jewish children. Now, that's not something I say. Oh, now it's autocorrect's fault. Gotcha. The ADL is a bunch of cowards, man. I wish the ADL would try to engage. All they would do is maybe they are. I mean, the ADL is just a bunch of inbred friars as well, so can't really expect much better from them, can you? Oh no, you just unsubscribed. Oh, this probably watched this dude probably watched a single has a stream and thought he knew everything. What? That's perfect. Sure. You know about grabbing and abusing a Christian church. Why don't you raid your local churches? Stand up for what you believe in. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should go commit crime. Instead of trying to talk about it reasonably online with what should be reasonable adults, I should go out there and commit crimes. Oh, that's the thing. Damn. Maybe that's why it's all my fault because I haven't been out there committing crime. Going grassroots and trying to, like, you know, unite people so we can be a large force that can override these things from the top down. No, that's stupid. Tie on your red bandana, get you an M622 teen, get a big knife and some bow and arrow with the little explosive tips and catch a ride on a helicopter on over to Israel and just take out Netanyahu. Yeah, that's what you should do. I mean, this is literally, like, it's weird because this is their best. This is the best that they can come up with. That's what's so sad. But it's also extremely telling. Again, nobody's, like, if you're watching and you're sort of on the fence, do you think all of these fucking trolls are, first of all, why would all these trolls be here? Why would all these trolls be here supporting Israel of all places? Why would all these trolls be here against the guy that thinks we should kill pedos? Like, just ask these simple questions. What the hell is going on here? Right? Does any of it make sense? Does it make sense? These are just regular old people. Just mad at the guy who thinks we should kill pedos. Just mad at the guy who thinks we should stop paying for Jews to live a much better life than everyone else. Oh man, I imagine that makes a bunch of Americans upset. Like, it's so fucking silly. Bro thinks we want him to do the most extreme. Didn't your dumbass just say go raid churches? What do you think raiding churches means? But see, this is why I don't even bother with them. Because it's so pointless. You know, they're just dumb. There's no logic or reason behind any of this. It's just inbred fryer bullshit. Most of the time it's bots. But when it has that slightly personal touch, then it's the act.io shit. Not everyone here is a troll. We didn't say we didn't say don't kill pedos either. We don't agree with you about everything and that upsets you. Yep, that's what it is. Right? You didn't say not that you didn't say. Yeah, okay. Look at you trying to dig out of the hole. At no point do any of you ever even, breathe about the pedophile stuff. Until it's pointed out, then you guys just hide. And then when I point it out, oh no, of course, that's how I think. Oh. So what is your motivation then? If it's not that you're a friar or a pedo, and you don't not disagree with me about certain things, why don't you, like I keep saying over and over, why don't you pick one thing that I'm wrong about with all of your brain powers? Pick one thing, tell me what it is, and then tell me why and how I'm wrong. Seems like a pretty simple ask, right? This shit's insane, man. I mean, and again, the best part is them not realizing, like, you are saying way more than you realize you're saying. By sitting here acknowledging shit in the video, by acknowledging how I look or something that happens in the background or some dumb shit. Well, you said 20 years ago, kind of whatever. You're acknowledging that you're paying attention to what's going on. And yet, the stuff about pedos, the stuff about overthrowing the fryers and all that, that doesn't like elicit a response from you. You're just, you're just mad about something. You're motivated by something, but you can't seem to tell anybody what it is. Gosh, that's so weird.
What happened, Griffey?
You love telling yourself that you affect me. And we're upsetting you, right? Right? We upset you, right? If you upset me, why do I allow you to be here? I'm God to you, right? If I don't want you here, poof, you're gone. What makes you think you upset me by me laughing and thanking you for being here, proving the point? All you're doing by saying shit like that is acknowledging just how upset I make you. You're trying to tit for tat me. You want to make me as upset as I make you upset. It just doesn't work out for you.
Everyone, run and hide. Say goodbye to your loved one.
Ask your mother. I know. I'm going to make a gay joke. That'll get him. Sweetheart. They called me gay. Oh, man, I'm so upset now. My whole day is ruined. Ruined. My whole day's fucked now. I lost all my motivation, and Guys, I'm just gonna get going. My feelings are hurt now. He called me gay. Oh, he doesn't acknowledge pedophile stuff or Jewish control. He called me gay. Oh, my feelings are hurt.
Film with kings and queens where the
Anyone upset by you has no spine. You are correct. You fryer cowards are spineless. Absolutely. Good point. Good point. Yeah. See, again, you say a lot more than you realize. You're just dumb as shit, so it works out to my advantage. But yeah, no. All of you spineless cowards who are upset by what I'm saying, camp out on my feed, come back here day after day, beg for attention. Yeah, you're spineless. You're spineless. Because if you were actually righteous, you would embrace your belief structure and explain it. And own it. Yeah, we do this, but we do this because of this, and it's okay because this, and like, you try. Why did she just run into that? That was stupid. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you. Ha ha ha. You keep calling me a pedo. You keep calling out my cult as a pedophile cult. That's so funny. Oh my god. Yep. Keep laughing. Keep, entertained. Keep, lol count. You do everything you think is necessary to keep proving my point for me. I do not mind. Oh, here we go. Another fryer trying to pretend like he has an IQ. Oh, well, my IQ is PU. Your IQ is PU. That's what me thinks. Guys, they're going to do everything they can, and they've done a good job so far. If it's not pointed out, then people might miss it. But they're doing their best to keep us from talking about fryer shit, right? They don't want us talking about how Abraham married his fucking sister. The fucking father and mother of the Jewish people are brother and sister. They don't want people knowing that shit. They don't want people understanding that like Exodus, the key story to like all of it, really, to Christianity, to all three of the Abrahamic religions, the like the like a capstone almost, right? The most important sort of initial story, if not for Exodus, then none of the Bible happens, right? Moses on the fucking mount and the Ten Commandments, and like it literally all comes from Exodus. And Exodus is literally the dumbest story in the Bible. And it's funny because you have all of these people who are what are you, Christians? Which Abrahamic clone do you claim to be? Right? Which one is your thing? But you're gonna claim that you're so good and I'm so high and all these other things. Why don't you tell me which part I'm wrong about? Crazy? He thinks I care so much because you're here. You're here. You're here again. Again. Joined 5 years ago, has 13,000 subscribers. And instead of actually, making points or engaging or bringing he's this is the best he can come up with. He's the one talking about so much. I was just strolling by and thought I saw a crackhead that might entertain me. There you go. See again. Think about it. This guy is acknowledging like a lot of ists, right? He sees a person of color and says, "Oh, that person's a crackhead. I'm going to let that person entertain me. That person has issues. That person has something wrong." He would never bring this feed on his live in front of his 13,000 and let them see what a piece of shit he actually is, right? He keeps forgetting to acknowledge the pedophile stuff. Like, oh yeah, we should be killing pedophiles. That's for damn sure. We should be overthrowing these piece of shit friars who are committing genocide and who lie about everything. We should overthrow that shit. Now, he's going to say, I was just drove by a crackhead by the TV. Just because people don't share the same opinions as you doesn't prove your point. Really? Really? How about the fact that they can't debunk my point? Does that prove my point? In my world, if you can't debunk the point that's being made, well, then that point makes the most sense at the time. We'll go with that. But that's like adult stuff, right? That's not where you go, but I want to believe it. If you don't, you're disrespecting me. Acting like somebody's making you be here, right? Any of you could leave at any time. The problem is, truth is sexy. Not saying you want to fuck me, though some of you do. But saying that when truth is in front of you, it's hard to pull yourself away. Even if you say you disagree, man, you'd think you'd be better at it. This guy is a total jackass moron. Yep. Hate us people who thinks we should kill pedos, don't you? Jackass morons who don't believe in Sky Daddy. Oh, look. Randall's calling you out, and Randall's a douchebag. That's pretty funny. You're getting called out by another douche for lying. Because you have been here before. Quit lying. Quit pretending like you haven't been. He thinks I care about him. Well, other than that, I'm going to There's a dude just wandering his apartment smoking dope and ranting about Exodus on his phone. Wild times. In his apartment. Yep, I'm in my apartment. I got a really nice apartment, you guys. You want to see a cool part of my apartment? What's this? Do, 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 do. Oh, wow, look, look, look. Oh my gosh, 2-story apartment.
In Chicago, they have this, though, so that's not necessarily indicative. But they don't have their own driveways, their own backyard. They're, they don't have all that. Private entrance.
You have to, okay, so I have to be moving my mouth when you're talking. Right? Because I'm pretending that you're here to begin with. Can you
Right.
take this for me, please?
Well, I'm your mom, aren't I?
Yes, mother.
You're living in my basement.
Yes,
as I go
mother.
down the stairs
Yes, mother.
from your apartment.
Yes, mother. Judging people by grammar is very effective, but I think you may lose the forest through the trees. No, 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 no. If you're too dumb,
They said loose, didn't they?
no, he actually said lose this time. If you're so dumb that it's not, it's like it it's purposefully stupid. Like you're communicating in 2026 on an electronic device that will give you the proper word. You know, when you're typing them in, it'll prompt you to say the right one. It might even correct you. But the fact that you would even have to think about which you're to use or which they're to use, I don't even think about it. Like that's the funniest part to me. It's not hard. This is an easy thing to do. So much so that like once you're like 3rd grade, I guess, 4th grade, you don't have to think about it anymore. And for anybody to sit here and want to get into a pissing contest about who is the most smartest, then you better get your basic shit right. Because you better believe it. Every time I say a your or a there or a to, I'm saying the right one. For sure. You might not be able to tell, but I am saying it. I don't ever mess up my yours when I'm saying them. Full of shit. Yeah, which part? See, again, why is it like these cowards can't actually engage? Why do they just have these outbursts? It's like, you imagine if there was a debate going on somewhere and they're just the audience and they're just like, it's full of shit out of the blue. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Engage. Yeah, it was a different channel. Yeah, that's what it is. Because we know you fucking Israeli friars, you tell the truth all the time, right? Notice how when you make an accusation that he doesn't think is true, right? He's going to fight tooth and nail about whether he's been here before, right? He does not like false accusations. If you falsely accuse him of being here before, he is going to repeatedly comment on it. Yet mention he's a pedophile, mention he's a friar, mention any of those things, and he just skips right over it. He feels no need to defend that shit. Weird, huh? Weird. That's the problem with being on with someone smarter than you. Right? They pick up on the stupid things you do without trying. You don't know what I've done on my channel, mate. All right, mate. Don't care. I'm not on your channel, now am I? Notice that distinction there? You've never seen me in your comment section being like, pay attention to me. Please. Please. I'm not going to say anything like, good. But pay attention to me, please.
There is no try, do or do not.
Tell me why you're bringing race into it. What race?
Your stars are all at war, aligning them as spots.
Me being a person, because that's how you white people are, but Again, I hope you're not calling the Friars a race, because they're not a race. You just said because they are being mean, it proves your point. I just said because they're being mean, it proves my point. That's weird. I don't remember saying that. Exactly. Okay, my dad. Okay, bye. See ya. Oh no. Oh, I'm so upset. How much you want to bet he'll be back? Yep, meth. All the meth. Yep. Man, yeah. Yeah. Live with mom, yep. Oh. Mom's place, yeah. You are so smart. Why are you living with your mom and why aren't you rich? Because I'm so dumb. Yeah, that makes sense. And don't you friars live with your moms forever? I wish I could just get paid to troll. That would be awesome. I wish I wasn't throttled and censored like crazy. How many people have you ever watched that have 9 viewers and 14 likes with over 2,500 subscribers? The answer's none. But, again, I don't expect much honesty from you. Oh, Frank, how do you prefer your dude's hair to look? You like your dudes with short hair? Is that how that works, Frankie? Frankie says, relax. Don't do it when you want to do it. Relax. Don't do it when you want to come. Come on, Frankie. Tell us how you like your dudes to look. You like your dudes with like a crew cut? Like you like the Justin Bieber? You probably like the Justin Bieber look, don't you? While you are like the smartest dude ever. Geinstein, exactly. But then I'd be a fraud, wouldn't I? I'd be taking credit for other people's work, wouldn't I? I'd be a fucking fake creation. What the rank that you doing then? What the rank that you doing then? What the rank that you doing then? Hey, it's only white people that will pretend like race has nothing to do with things. Pay attention to me. Why aren't you paying attention to me? Oh, you claimed racism. What is when did I claim racism? When's racism? What racism did I claim? Oh, look at this shit. Look at how dumb you guys are. More people would listen if you had at least 1 ounce of credibility. How would I have an ounce of credibility without people listening? You like think you're smart, but you're just saying dumb shit. And you've been here for a long time now, consistently begging for attention while defending pedophilia. Like, come on, dude. Like, yeah, I don't have any credibility. That's why I read you what you're supposed to know. What the number one source of information in the world has to say. You know? That's why we read Wikipedia and we read about things like act.il, like Team Jorge. You know? It's about learning. But you guys don't like that. And the thing is, I'm the one that's providing you with all kinds of shit to debunk. You keep saying that I need to you should be debunking what I'm saying. Why not just focus on what's being said and debunk it? Yep. Doing drugs steals my credibility, yep. Because, if I smoke all of the meth eat all the crack, shoot all the dope, drink all the alcohol, beat my wife, hit my kids, kick my dogs. If I do all of that stuff, that takes away from Israel committing genocide. That takes away from the friars raping children. That takes away from your inability to actually prove me wrong about anything. Like if I'm such a compromised drug addict, why don't you just tell me what I'm wrong about? Why don't you take advantage of the fact and just, talk me into like gimme. It's interesting how you just can't do it. You keep coming here, but you can't do it. But he's smoking weird. Like, that's a drug, right? It's actually legal. But that's when you're desperate, you grab onto any fucking branch you can get, right? If you're desperately looking for a way out of the conversation because you're the type of cowardly bitch that won't actually engage in anything.
Oh, he called you a bitch.
I did. Then I want you to have this out, right? I want you to be able to be like, you're smoking. There you go. Now you can save some face and leave feeling good about yourself. Knowing that when shit got scary, you found your way out. I would much rather you have that than just this crybaby bullshit that comes my way. I mean, it's easy, right? You have this goofy coward who keeps repeating himself like a bot. Like, again, doesn't this sound like bots? The way they keep repeating and I mean, they're bots. Team Jorge is the name given to an outfit of Israeli contractors specialized in the use of malign cyber activities, including hacking, sabotage, and bot farm run social media disinformation campaigns to manipulate the outcomes of elections. Yeah, dude. They can only fuck with elections, not mess with your YouTube feed. Jeez. The group was exposed in February of 2023 after an award-winning undercover operation by journalists from Israel and France as part of a consortium of investigative journalists coordinated by Forbidden Stories. That consortium of investigative journalists included journalists from, France, Germany, Indonesia, Israel, Kenya, Spain, Tanzania, and the United States. You just have to look. The organization has been active on paper since at least 2015, just before Trump lost the election, but the swamp that he said he was going to drain, the APAC swamp, put him in anyway, and then Hillary was like, all right, I'll see you. Remember? Remember how that worked? Where in 2016, both Trump and Hillary put their weapons down and were both guest speakers at the APAC policy conference, where neither one said a bad word about the other and both pledged their allegiance to Israel. Remember that? Remember how that's all just coincidental and nothing? Yeah, it's all good. All right? Yeah, this organization has been on paper since just before all that happened. The organization that sells their services to manipulate the outcomes of elections. Remember? You remember that? Oh, hang on a second. Don't worry, we're not done yet. Funny how, again, nobody's going to tell me what I'm wrong about. Just watch. And boasts of having manipulated 33. How many of us are aware of the funny business that is when they include 33? Look up 33 and COVID and just see how funny. 47 is the new 33. You guys notice that? Since Charlie, 47 has been everywhere. Gee, I wonder what that's about. 33 presidential elections worldwide. Don't worry, white people. Many, meaning 4 or more, were in Africa. Funny when you look up the articles, they actually, the only examples that they give of them doing it are when they failed. They give 3 or 4 examples, and all 3 or 4 examples are in Africa. So many in Africa, and in 27 cases with successful results. They only failed 6 times. 82.5% of the time, this one Israeli black ops organization was hired to manipulate a presidential level election. They were successful. 82% of the time. Imagine if you had more than one of these groups using the same technology to manipulate something. That might be a little scary, don't you think? Let's keep going. I have 1 viewer, 16 likes, and 2,500 subscribers. 1 viewer and 16 likes. Have you ever seen that before? Funny too, there's clearly more than 1 person commenting, but I have 1 viewer and 16 likes. Gotcha, makes sense. Let's just keep going. Look, the dumbass just reset and had to go back to God bless Israel. God bless Israel. Can't fucking, just has to go to a reset function every time we get too far. Their activities were revealed following a 2022 sting operation in Tel Aviv, carried out by 3 undercover journalists who posed as prospective clients and filmed their interactions with Tal, T-A-L, Hanan, H-A-N-A-N, the group's leader and former Israeli Special Forces operative. In which he explained how it all worked. He said that they'd been in action for more than 2 decades, which would sort of explain that 33 thing. For more than 2 decades, and has engaged in propaganda and disinformation activities in more than 30 countries. Their services have been available to government intelligence agencies, political campaigns, and private companies that wish to covertly manipulate public opinion. This isn't the dark web. This isn't some got to put a secret code in and then hack this and then get to this so you can find this special article that's tucked away, but it exposes the secrets, and we got to figure out a way to get this out so people can figure it out. Maybe if the government actually knew what was going on, they would do something. No, this is fucking Wikipedia. Wikipedia is telling you about Israel's secret black ops organization. You'll see all sorts of videos with Sucker Dick talking about, we've gotten rid of 1,000 troll farm profiles out of China, 800 profiles out of Philippines. We're so proud of ourselves. Not once have you heard Sucker Dick talk about how they got rid of bot profiles, a bot farm out of Israel. Right now, I'm reading about one that was exposed. Just one. This is just one Israeli black ops organization. How many hundreds or thousands of these do you think they actually have? One of the organization's primary tools is a software package called Advanced Impact Media Solutions, or AIMS. The software automates centralized control of thousands of fake social media profiles across the board. All those nerds, all the consortium of investigative journalist nerds in all the different countries said that this was a tech that they had never seen before. This was more advanced than anything that we had available to us. That it wasn't fair to call them bots because they were more like avatars, and that one, their conversation skills were above anything that we knew existed. This is back in 2022, mind you. And 2, because each profile, so it was like Friars Are Awful 123 had a page on Facebook, they would have that same profile page on Instagram, on like a real person would, right? On multiple profiles, Friars Are Awful 123 would exist. And in the each, you know, and each avatar could monitor all three or all five or whatever at any given time. The other thing that the article says, if you read the articles, not just the summary on Wiki, is that they were capable of creating as many as 30,000 bots at any given time. 30,000 bots at any given time to attack, or you have an Ian Carroll that comes out of nowhere in March of 2023, literally has zero social media footprint prior to that. What fucking kid in his early 20s and teens has literally zero social media footprint prior to March of 2023? Do you understand how improbable that is? Like that's not, you don't do that and then according to, you know, Grok, 21 months later you're on Rogan. It doesn't work that way.
Since aren't Americans equal in praise and or criticism? If we don't unify this equal, more sheep to holler. Donald Trump hates America. Donald Trump
Just think about what I just read you. This is a nightmare come true, and this is your proof. So I've already shown you two examples now. I've shown you how they operate the computer system that infiltrates social media. You know, the ones that aren't as douchey, right? This is all Israeli interference in the comment section. Either it's the bots or it's the people, the college students at Reichman University, or part of the 40,000 plus user base that was uploaded to Rise App, trying to get points to earn more badges. Who else is going to come defend such a disgusting, pedophilic, genocidal cult? Obviously, it's nobody, because nobody comes on here and starts defending them and is like, no, I'm a this, but I still think that. They don't say anything. You might have some of them that pretend to be a Christian or whatever, but that just falls apart like immediately. Oh, look at this shit. Wikipedia is not a good source. Right. Rick, what's a better source than the number one source of information in the world? But let's take it one step further, because we always have to. And here we have Naftali Bennett, who is at the time, he's a future Israeli prime minister. Currently, he's a former Israeli prime minister, was part of the whole 6 prime ministers and 3-year ruse that Israel did from 2019 to 2022, all in an effort to protect Bibi and then put him in the spot where he's in now, where he can't be voted out. There is no getting rid of Bibi until he dies or wants to quit. But this is back in 2010, just after the original Gaza flotilla, not Greta Thunberg, but the Gaza flotilla that birthed Ken O'Keefe. Ken O'Keefe became a figure after this. This is where Ken O'Keefe came from. He was one of 11 people aboard a ship, of part of the flotilla that Israel tried to dock at like 3 a.m. But because Ken was there, they fought back. And according to Israel, 1 soldier was hurt or killed, but you never can trust it. While 9 people aboard 9 of the 11 were killed aboard the ship Ken was on. He was one of the 2 people that they happened to capture and then let go. They let go of Ken O'Keefe before he became Ken O'Keefe, but they let go of that one. They just happened to let go of him. 6 of the 9 people killed aboard that ship were shot execution style. meaning they were on their knees and a bullet was shot through their fucking heads. And the reason Israel was able to get away with it is because the judge ruled that, well, if the people aboard the ship that was being pirated at 3 a.m. hadn't fought back, then Israel wouldn't have had the need to defend themselves. They were just defending themselves when they killed 9 out of 11 people and shot 6 of them in the head execution style. They were just defending themselves. Sounds familiar, right? The funny thing is, the reason I know that is because I looked up the Gaza flotilla on Wikipedia. Why did I look up the Gaza flotilla? Well, let's ask Naftali Bennett, at the time future prime minister, high-ranking Mossad, IDF, all of those things. Currently former prime minister. Let's ask what he has to say about the whole thing, shall we? Shall we? Oh, wait.
Day for Moetzet in conjunction with My Israel has arranged instruction day for wiki editors. The goal of the day is to teach.
That's what it is. Teach.
Wikipedia, which is the #1 source of information today in the world. As a way of example, if someone searches the Gaza flotilla, we want to be there. We want to be the guys who influence what is written there, how it's written, and to ensure that it's balanced and Zionist in nature.
I came here to learn.
See that? So anybody that wants to pretend like Wikipedia is not a good source, I don't sit here and tell you that Wikipedia is 100% true by any means. Wikipedia is 100% the truth that they want us, the Goyim, to know. I followed his advice. I looked up the Gaza flotilla on Wikipedia. And if you really break down that interview, that little 30 seconds, every time he says, it's because he's trying to soften the message. We did the thing to teach the wiki editors, the editors at the most successful, the #1 source of information in the world, they needed to be taught how to do their job by Israel to make sure that everything is balanced and Zionist in nature. He even stops and says, do I say paints Israel fairly, paints the Jews fairly, equally? No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just say it. And Zionist in nature. Everything that's on Wikipedia is balanced and Zionist in nature according to Israeli standards. So everything that you look up that has to do with Israel or has to do with Judaism, it's pretty safe to say they've had their hand in it. And it's spun the very best way they can possibly spin it to make Israel look like the victim or the good guy or whatever. If you want to hide or cry or pretend like there's any other reality going on here, well, I'd love to see you provide a better argument than I am. People need to understand this shit, man. It's not about finding the secret page. It's not about finding, I have some secret leaked information. No. Go to YouTube or go to Wikipedia and check out the narrative that you're supposed to know. Right? All you need to do is just go see if what you're supposed to know makes sense. If what you're supposed to know makes sense, then okay, then what do you do there? I mean, you got to be pretty stubborn to keep going after that. But if the narrative they tell you don't make no sense, maybe it's time to start looking at things. Or if it makes sense in a way that maybe you didn't think was possible. Like, people crazy crazy people like me, crazy people, for many, many years now, have been telling you that Israel controls social media. And you say, no, it doesn't. That's impossible. How could they possibly do that? Blah, 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 blah. Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? Well, there you go. I just read you the evidence. That Team Jorge is one half. Israel or Act.il is the other half. And these are just individual organizations. You know, they have other organizations that are similar things. What did it tell me to look up? Let's see. It said, other organizations similar to those were the Archimedes Group, Clock Tower X, Clock Tower X, and Stoic. These were some other organizations that Grok suggested were connected to that organization. And Grok actually broke down aspects of things that I didn't see. That's what's great about having intelligent conversation with someone, even if it's only a computer, is that at least, we can advance. With these dumbasses and all the dumb shit they say, there's no advancement. I'm not interested in a pissing contest with you guys. I'm sure my dick's bigger than yours. And even if it's not, I don't care. I'm long too old to care, and nobody should care in the first place. If you got a small dick, just be good at it. That's all. Just be good at it. And be comfortable with, toys and shit. Because it's only fair. That was the other big one, the Esther Project. Why aren't more of the influencers out there that are allowed to say similar things to me, but they don't get in any trouble? They're allowed, they have huge following. They're allowed to make money and shit. And they say, a lot of similar things. And in a lot of cases, like Ian Carroll, man, he's way better than me. He provides you with way more information than I do that, in the scheme of things, like, it's important and it's powerful, but it's secondary. Like, you have to deal with the first part first, and he doesn't want to talk about the first part. Because he's one of the people that tells you to believe in Jesus. They all tell you to believe in Jesus. Like Christianity isn't a direct fucking descendant, or not even descendant, but like a production or product of Judaism. Like it's obviously a fake bunch of bullshit that they use to their advantage to control us. And as I said before, not only is Exodus the dumbest story in the Bible, 2 fucking million Jews wandering a desert the size of New Jersey for 40 years. 40 years it took them to get out of a small-ass desert 200 miles across. Right? If they just walked in a straight line for 2 weeks, they'd make it out. But they somehow wandered around for 40 years with enough food and water to keep them alive and all of their livestock. Like, it's the dumbest fucking narrative, because manna fell from the fucking sky. This magical manna that only lasted a day unless it was Friday, because you're not allowed to work on the Sabbath. So that manna lasted 2 days, and then it would disintegrate. It would go bad. So they had to pick new manna every day. As soon as you understand, not only is that just impossibly stupid, yet without it, there is no Abrahamic religions, you also take into account that the Egyptians, the people around that region, even the historians that were in that region at the time, none of them talk about Jesus. None of them talk about, this dude performing miracles, this exodus of 2 million Jewish slaves and all that. There's nothing in the Egyptian records that talks about Exodus. And again, it's because it's such a fake dumb story. The amount of water needed. Like, you can't have 2 million people plus livestock wandering a desert for 40 years. It's just not possible. I don't care what sort of Jesus interference you want to throw in there, it's not fucking possible. And because of that dumbass narrative combined with the historical lack thereof, it's like a double dose of stupid. Why would you believe it? And yet all of the best truthers, the Stu Peters and the Nick Fuentes, they all fucking, they stop truthering when it gets to that point. Why? How can you be so smart that you see through the whole Jewish conspiracy angle, yet you don't see the Jewish conspiracy angle of religion? I saw Dan Blazarian on the Hodge Twins show, those halfies, and they were talking about how Dan Blazarian likes to believe that Jesus was actually a Palestinian, not a Jew. And the Hodge twins were like, well, maybe that's why they hated him so much. But, to fit his maintained delusion, he's just going to change it. Yeah, I know it says Jesus was a Jew, but I don't like that part. So I'm going to just say something else. What that level, see, people want to call me arrogant all the time because I don't believe in shit. I think if you're someone that says you believe in the faith, but because you're smart enough to see all the shit wrong with it, you go, well, I don't believe all of it. I just believe this part. I really cherry pick my beliefs. That's a level of arrogance I don't have. Just like the level of arrogance it takes to believe you actually talk to the God of the universe that makes the fucking stars move and the sun and the water and breathe the life into the babies and all that. That guy's like, oh, wait, what? Denise, what'd you say? Did you tithe? I already know you did. Okay, I got you. You'll get that job over that guy with 5 kids who's struggling and desperately needs the job but didn't tithe, did he? He was out trying to find some work on God's day. Well, I'll show him. Teenager with the rich parents, you can have the job.
Working on God's day. That's the Lord's day,
That's
damn it.
the Lord's day.
You're
He
supposed
rested
to do nothing but pray
all day to him.
All day.
All day. He's so fucking insecure that he needs every single one of us forever to take a day out of our week and just be like, oh my, you are awesome. But then again, one of the parts that's sort of not talked about is the rings that are around the throne of God. Right? God has his little golden throne that he sits on. And surrounding him are multiple rings. One ring is a group of slaves. I don't know what else would you call these people whose entire existence is to sit there and be like, oh, Lordy, 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 you are the best, oh, Lordy, Lordy. Everyone thinks you're awesome, and they should. You're the best. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. They just say that over and over again for all of eternity. What a terrible existence that is. What kind of piece of shit deity would doom somebody to a life like that? And that's only one of the rings. There's another ring of people of beings doing a similar thing. It's so fucking crazy. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so all of these people who are telling you all the Jewish secrets and the Epstein secrets and they're leading us in the direction that we're going. Being allowed to, of course. You know, if you see their videos more than you, I mean, I have 8 watchers and 19 likes. Do you understand? Like the percentage of likes is usually so much less than the viewership. 2,500 subscribers plus. And this is what's happening, and you think it's because I'm wrong? God is an absolute... Well, if God existed, it would be an absolute piece of shit. It would be an awful, awful, disgusting creature. Literally, like, God is everywhere at all times. So literally, while the clergy is violently raping a child, there's blood and shit and, all over the place. The clergy, that God is right here. God is even closer than this. God can smell it. God can feel it. God can hear the cries and the screams. God can hear the kid in its head going, God, please help me. Please help me. God, please help me.
Yeah, shut up. I'm doing my crossword.
Right. No, he's watching. Eating his popcorn. Just wait. I can't. Fucking prayer jar isn't filled up yet. Not enough people praying. Yeah. We're losing membership. The prayer jar is only like 80% full. I'd love to help you. I could just dinkle, dinkle, dink and make that guy fucking dead. I could make it so he died before he did this. I'm rewinding. Time is not a thing to me. I'm God. There was no before me. Atheists are so stupid. They believe all of this just came from nothing. How could something come from nothing? Where'd God come from? Oh, there was always a God. There was always a God. Yeah. That's the answer. There was always a God. God is dumb. God is just a dumb friar concept. It was Big Brother long before there were cameras ever. This is how they controlled the people long before they could control the people. And really, I mean, like I keep saying, you're either in one of two boats. You're either someone that thinks everything's a lie because you've discovered the old world, lack of a better term, Tartaria narrative. Or you're somebody that still believes in dinosaurs and shit. You're somebody that believes that Alexander the Great was doing this and George Washington was doing that. And that's what they tell you to believe. That's what you believe. Clearly, they're lying about everything. Clearly. There's evidence of it. Our latest video, our latest song, no, our second to latest song, Lie Big, Big Lie Cards, is a video that provides you with undeniable, like, irrefutable evidence that something else is going on. eBay provides you with some of the best evidence for something else going on than anything. All you have to do is go to eBay and search Liebig, Liebig, one word, Liebig meat extract cards, but just put Liebig in there and it'll come up. Liebig cards, and you'll see these. I mean, just the cards' existence in it themselves tells you something else is going on. This weird meat extract product that existed for literally no reason whatsoever in the 1800s, they decided to hire some of the best artists in the world to paint numerous different setting cards, people, places, different things, all different scenes and plays and depictions and thousands of different cards, big ass postcard style cards, insanely detailed cards, to be packaged for free in their meat extract product. The amount of cost that alone would entail is just astronomical. For no reason. It wasn't like people were collecting these things. And yet they depict a world that you're not aware of. They depict some shit that you're just not prepared to see. There's another group of cards from 1909 and around that time called souvenir cards. They were playing cards, like a deck of cards. But the pictures on those cards will depict different places. 1909 in California. And you see nothing but monumental, huge fucking structures. My big trading cards. Let's see. Scenes from Egypt. I mean, just this is from, we don't get to see the date on this one. They're probably from the 1800s, because these gold ones are usually the older ones. But if you just look at the scenes being depicted on them, never mind what's in the foreground, look at the background. Look what's depicted back there. Look at that giant building. These are scenes of Egypt. Late 1800s, 1880s, a lot of these are from. Oh, here is Greece. Here's the Parthenon, still in remarkably good shape. This is Constantinople. Again, who's building all of that? How? With what? And all of these cards, generally, they depict a life that we don't live, where people are seemingly living for free, doing, enjoying life. This is La Palicia Hotel Royal. I don't know where this one's supposed to be. Oh, this is Madrid. Yeah, look. I mean, that's the buildings that you would expect to exist in Madrid in the 1800s, right? These are like postcards. Right? Think about this shit. These are all hand painted. Like somebody took the time to design these, every detail. Up top, you got little ribbons and shit. I mean, just think about what's being shown here. Look, the Sphinx is still majority buried. You'll see that a lot in these old depictions where the Sphinx is still buried. This is Italy, spelled with an E, apparently. Look it up there. Look at that shit. Look at that bridge. Big dome. Isn't it strange how all of these depict basically the same buildings in every fucking place? Come on, why are you being stupid right now? Here's trade around the world. What is this? Oh, here you go. More shit. Like, seriously. Which one is this from? This is 18 somethings. This is Bombay. So this is India somewhere. And yep, the top one is in Delhi. Look at this shit. Where did this architecture come from? And clearly it's all old. Right. And a lot of these buildings still exist. What do you think that they build today that's still going to exist in 100 years? Without a whole bunch of renovations and shit done either. Here's the United States. Statue of Liberty. There's Washington. There's the falls. Look, the falls are depicted. Niagara Falls. The portal. Here's London, because, of course, right? Like, 1800s London looked like this. Why wouldn't it? And just think about, you're gonna pay artists to come in and make these unique, one-of-a-kind paintings. I'm telling you, if you look this up, you'll see an endless supply of cards. Endless. I mean, not endless, but, I know of at least, I think, 200-300 different sets. Each set is 6 cards. Okay, so these are these souvenir cards. These are from 1909, right? This, people aren't going to ever put, like, the best pictures of. I hate when they do this. But, like, so just think of this is 1909, and these are in California. So this is the San Diego Mission. I mean, that's kind of believable, right? All right, I guess. 1909. Let's see if they're going to show us any more. All right, well, here is the oil fields, I guess. 1909. And then here is some sort of building. That's the winter scene. Mr. Smith home in Oakland, I guess. I don't know. This isn't going to be the best one because, showing off. All right, let me see if I can find another version of these. I have some of these. I just don't want to get them out. They're not expensive or anything. Don't get your hopes up. That's what's crazy, too, is these have some of the best evidence of a previous world, and people just don't understand. All right, so here's Ford's Theater, where Lincoln was shot. Look at the building. No windows. Like, think about what life used to be like before screens were invented. You didn't have air conditioning, so you had to have your windows open. Imagine how many bugs and critters and all kinds, like fleas. When we think about, they like to tell us that they vaccinated away diseases. Well, guess what? At the same time that shit came out, screens were invented. And once screens that got invented and houses started to be built better, where people weren't getting bit at night by rats and bed bugs and fleas and all of these different things, that is why things went down. That's why they controlled it, but they blamed it on vaccines. But like here you have again, this is Ford's Theater. This is the original Ford's Theater. Somebody took a picture of it where Lincoln was shot. Oh, here you have the Capitol building, the west front of it, 1909. That's insane. Who was able to build like that? This is I believe these are Washington pictures. This is a nation's capital. Yep. So, but that's all I could get on that one. Let's see if I can find another one. This is the Yukon. This is Alaska Pacific. Oh, this is one that I really want to get actually because it's like this is Alaska. Now I don't know how much you can zoom in. I can't get much closer than that. But look at the size of these buildings in Alaska in 1909. God damn it. There you go. This is Alaska in 1909? Did you think Alaska in 1909 would have big giant fucking buildings like that? And where is this? I mean, sure doesn't look like a lot of snow is in Alaska. You can't really see that one. That one looks like a gun. I think it's upside down, actually. Look at that shit. What is this? What are we looking at? And there's just more and more. Look at this. Look at this big giant building right there. That was in Alaska? Who built all these buildings in Alaska? I need to buy this set. I don't know. It's probably like $50. I don't really want to spend $50 on it. Any one of my trolls who likes sending me shit, you can send me this. I appreciate it. Look at this. Look at this shit. That's Alaska. What are we talking about? Alaska and the Yukon area. Do you see these fucking buildings? And these are old. Like, they're old. That's why they took pictures of them like this. Yeah, $65 if you can win it. $100 buy it now. I'm not interested. I don't have that kind of money. I know you guys think I'm living large. Here's a different one. This is Alaska, Yukon, Pacific, Seattle souvenir playing set. Oh, wait. Was that one not? Okay, so... Oh, my bad. My bad. That previous one was also Seattle. This is a different Seattle set. My bad. Okay, so here is the Waterfront Street in Washington. They do have an Alaska one. And the reason I thought that one was it is because they showed a little, look, this is what they opened with. Yukon Pacific. But they showed you this. This first one is nicknamed Laundry Sandspit Nome, Alaska. That's what the first picture shows you. Some kid doing laundry. Does that look like a little kid, like just kind of hanging out? Or does that kid look like he's actually working? Look at that. You think that looks like just a cute picture? Or does that look like a kid is actually doing the job?
Yeah, it does not.
Let's see. This one is the nation's capital. Not enough pictures. Damn it. Oh shit. What is this? Alaska Pacific Edition Exposition. 1909 souvenir folding cards. What is this? I've never seen this before. Holy shit. Look at that. What the hell are we even looking at here? Look at the empty streets with all the buildings around them. Holy shit. Oh my god. Look at that building up top. Who's building all of this? This is 1909 is when these cards were made. And then, again, look at all the people. So these are from one of the expeditions, the World's Fairs, I assume. And so I had a completely different perspective on this. Um, I had a different perspective on this. Shit, sorry. Though before I talked to my grandma, I asked my grandma. She was telling me that her dad was born in 1889, and I was like, "Holy cow!" Did he ever get to go to any World's Fairs? And she answered no with exclamation points. Not something she does. She's sort of a chill broad. So for her to be like, you know, just put the extra exclamation points in there was just weird. My grandma, read all kinds of books and shit. She's super like literal and follows those kinds of rules and shit. So for her to send that was just strange to me. But she said no, it was everything just to find something to eat every day. He had no time to go do anything like that. And that just makes sense. I mean, refrigeration was barely a thing if it was in the area, like these people you see the pictures of them walking around in their umbrellas with their parasols, and their big dresses and their top hats and their canes, and you'll see big huge pictures of lots and lots of people doing it. But like those people, how did they how did they even get there? Did they bring their horse and park it in the horse parking lot where it was just sitting all day, tied up, drinking the provided water for it and oats and shit, and then they got on their horse and rode back home? Is that what you think happened? Look at these fucking pictures, man. These are insane. This is European Foreign Exhibition Building. That's the bottom one. Remember, these are all made of plaster. They're plaster, that's why. All made of plaster, just for the exhibit. Even if these were made of plaster and they were able to erect it in 2 years, I'd love to know how. Now here you go. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Look at all the people pictured. What did all those people do? How did they get there? Where did they work? Where did they live? How did they exist in this world? Another one of these things. Jesus Christ. Look at these pictures. All these people, apparently they just left their horses. All the buildings are supposed to be made of plaster and shit. So they were made to be destroyed. They were just exhibits. They weren't actually made. Even though the buildings that still exist today were those buildings that were built at the exact same time still exist today, those ones were made to last. But all the other buildings built at the exact same time with the exact same process, those were meant to be destroyed. Look at all of those people. How many thousands of people do you think that is? They say that these exhibits would have upwards of a couple million people or whatever over the time frame, which would work out to be, many tens of thousands per day. And you just think, how was it accommodated? How did all these people eat? Where did the food come from? There's just so much of it, man. There's so much evidence out there. Pictures of Oregon. Oh no, this is the Oregon souvenir cards. Nope, not going to show anything. It's crazy that nobody takes pictures of the actual cards to be like, here, look at what the cards look like. Here is Washington Monuments. Here's a, you get to sort of look at it. 1909. I wonder if you were to buy these sets and then look at all the different buildings presented and understand that these buildings are pictured, at least they're from earlier than 1909. None of them are even considered to be under construction. But I wonder how many of these buildings are that are pictured, according to history, hadn't been invented yet. God damn. Here's a 1909 postcard, Washington, D.C. Capitol. Someone built all that. Where'd they get all those materials? How'd they ship them? What were the routes used? How much did it cost exactly? Well, this is like some sort of flip book that comes with it too. Look at that shit. This is the Congressional Library. Gotta make your library look like a fortress palace. Or else, what good is it? Jesus, man. This shit is so crazy. Shit's not showing up. God, it's so fucking weird. Here we go. This is Antique California playing card deck souvenir readers Los. This is Los Angeles, I guess. Yeah, you guys can't see anything. I mean, you can kind of see it. Look at that shit. A gentleman and a scholar, not a scholar and a gentleman. Come on, guy. Anyway, my 4 likes and my 20, or my 20 likes and my 4 viewers. What is this? Buffalo, New York, McKinley Monument, vintage 1909. Like you go, oh sweet, look at the monument. That's cool. Look at the background. What the fuck is in the background? What are those skyscrapers sticking up in the background? Where is everybody? Who's maintaining all of this, these streets and all these trees? Why are all these trees so small? I mean, they're so small, but they're actually... Nah, I changed that. These trees weren't built around. These trees grew as the... You know, when the buildings were laid, the trees had to be taken out. And the trees were planted after all the buildings were there. So for these trees to exist, you know, these big ones, especially over here, those are at least 50, 60, 70, 80, 100-year-old trees. What is this building here in the background? That's way more questionable than the monument. Look at it. Look at how detailed and beautiful it is. The towers in the background. But hey, let's look at this weird obelisk. This McKinley obelisk in the middle of Buffalo, New York. Because why wouldn't McKinley have an obelisk in his name? You know, an Egyptian obelisk. Why would all these guys even be so familiar with Egyptian mythology when it's not even a big thing yet? Egypt's only recently been rediscovered. This is Carnegie Library, Union Hill, New Jersey, 1909. Someone built that shit. It's interesting because you don't see any of these Tartaria guys like pointing these out specifically, and they should. These antique. Well, you do the postcards, but not the deck of cards. Look at this. This is the Illinois Coliseum. I don't know. I never heard of the Illinois Coliseum before, but look at that shit. Looks like a castle to me. Looks like an original castle that was built on a second time. Like the bottom part looks older than the top part. Here is the Yukon Pacific cards. This is Spokane building. I mean, how do you know that these aren't like them going around being like, holy shit, look at these things. Look at what we found. You're not going to show us. You're going to ask $240 for your set, and you're not going to show us more pictures. I mean, come on already. Seattle, 1909, Pan Am Souvenir Expo card. Alaska Yukon Station. It's weird how it all looks the same all over the country and all over the world. The architecture is the exact same. Don't you think that's pretty weird? Anyway, I'm going to go. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Go check out all the receipts in the description. Go get your free download, www.the-builderberg, BILDERBERG-group.com. 3 watchers, 20 likes is just bullshit. So, you guys have a great day. I'm going to bounce. Anyway, have yourself a good day. Peace out.